Most activewear founders think that the first launch is the finish line. They pour months into the design of their collection, their brand identity, the packaging, creating the perfect samples, and then they launch. But then they realize, and here's the truth guys, your first drop isn't the end. It's actually the beginning. So on today's episode, I'm going to be giving you my experience as the creative director of FittDesign. There's going to be 5 key things that you need to consider. So without further ado, let's get right into the episode. The first concept you have to understand is that the launch is actually the starting line, not the destination. When you launch a brand, it's not like everything is magically going to fall into place. This is actually where the hard work starts. After the first launch is going to be crucial and is going to be a defining feature of what protects the initial capital investment that you've made in setting up the brand. You have to look at your first collection as one core milestone in going up the summit. And ultimately, the summit is not a destination, it's a mindset. And the summit keeps moving every single time you progress further and further in your business. Just think of brands like Gymshark, Nike, Alo, Lulu. Do you have the budget to market collection 1? Do you have the ability to run ads? At the same time, what happens when you launch the first collection? Do you have collections 2, 3, 4? Do you know what designs are going to be in those collections? Do you also have the samples ready for collection 2? That way, once you get traction with collection 1, you get some capital reinvestment, you're able to actually pull the trigger on collection 2. Because the last thing that you want to happen is to find out that you've sold out in collection 1, but you haven't put the wheels in motion for collection 2. The second thing is that you need to plan beyond drop 1. Most founders invest so much into the first collection, not just from a resource standpoint, but from a mental energy standpoint, that they can't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. But it's so important. You need to ask yourself, what does the first year of product for my brand look like? Do I plan on only having those SKUs for the first year? You should plan your collection at least a year in advance. Smart brands also plan their collection in quarters, not just single launches. Having in your design roadmap is going to be essential to know where you're headed next. You are always looking ahead at the next checkpoint or the next off-ramp that you need to take to get into the next highway. But if you wait until it's too late to find where that off-ramp is, you're going to have missed it. Number 3 is that do not underestimate the value of building systems around your fashion business. You should have quality products. You should have quality marketing. But those elements without a proper business model to sustain it are going to find themselves empty. My recommendation is get onto numbers, get onto Google Sheets, create a visual timeline of the year with your months plotted on the x-axis and your potential products on the y-axis, and move through them. Give yourself enough time. Create different sections for how long a product is going to take to launch. You need to look at previous data to know exactly what your production lead timelines are. How long is it going to take you to go through each of those phases? By having the experience from 1 collection or 2 collections, you're able to see if you don't think in systems, if you go based on what the flow of the business is, you're going to always be in a reactive standpoint, not a proactive standpoint. By looking at the data and planning ahead, you're always being proactive and you're not waiting for the things to go wrong to be able to fix them. Next up is you need to build your brand with scalability and future-proofing in mind. You don't need to overcomplicate your business model and your product range. You don't need an infinite number of fabrics. You don't need so many different styles. I mean, so many different product categories. Let's just say you're going into t-shirts and then you realize, oh, what if I add joggers? Great, that's a complementary product. But then you're like, let me add accessories like hats. Great, that could work. But then you're like, now let me invest all my time into effort into creating these puffer vest gilets, and then let me do shoes because I saw shoes and I like shoes. You need to ask yourself, can this product that I am creating right now, that I'm launching, can it be easily restocked? Have I communicated with manufacturers in terms of how long it's going to take me to restock if and when this product does well? Last but not least is let the customers that you win early on become the foundation of your business. Most brands starting off are going to consistently chase attention. The problem with attention is that it is expensive. It's expensive both in a financial resource standpoint and in a time and effort resource standpoint. You're going to be paying for it one way or another. What you want to ask yourself is, when I get a customer, what systems am I working with in order to retain this customer? Repeat customers are much more likely to buy than new customers, and they're much less costly for you as a business. So make sure to treat them well. Ask yourself post-launch, how am I staying in touch? How am I staying in touch with them? How am I consistently giving them something to come back to? Am I getting their product feedback? Am I rewarding early buyers by giving them discounts, incentives, and also to encourage future customers in terms of what they have in front of them? So the final thought that I want you guys to leave with is, don't just build a brand that is just there for the first launch. Build a brand that knows what comes next, that can lead with momentum, stability, a clear structure that not only guesses for success, but puts the pieces in play to guarantee that success with statistics, data, and systems. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please consider smashing a massive thumbs up. It really does help us out. It keeps us motivated to keep pumping out this content for you guys. And if you want my personal opinion, one-on-one, you can check the link in the description. I offer one-on-one consultations every single week, so you can apply to work with me. Even though the slots are limited, I'd highly recommend you check it out. Guys, I say this from the very bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Fit Design TV. Until next week's episode, stay awesome.